I can speak for a lot of crypto enthusiasts when I say we're all excited about the prospect of crypto debit cards. Sure, some view crypto as a store of value asset and are happy to leave theirs untouched for long periods of time. But with the global financial system crumbling around us, many are eager to put their crypto holdings to use in commerce. Having debit cards that are tied to one's crypto holdings while allowing them to earn passive income as interest or rewards on what they're already holding and or spending sounds like a dream come true. But as the old adage goes, if something sounds too good to be true, that's usually because it is. So here on Mind Your Biz Scambuster Saturdays, we evaluate projects using a set of 12 objective criteria to help you, the audience, determine for yourselves if what we're talking about is something you want to learn more about and consider putting your money into or not. This week, BlockCard came across Seth's desk, and we knew we had to cover it because we recently covered Crypto.com. Before we get into the 12 steps, what is BlockCard? Seth?
That's a brilliant question. And frankly, I'm still learning more as I go. Even though you can see from the side graphic that I have an invitation on screen that bears my name. I've already done the earliest registration, but according to their website, BlockCard gives real world utility to crypto by allowing customers to retain their deposit in their favorite cryptocurrency until they want to spend it. The site says you deposit crypto in your account and that crypto is then converted into Turnio, the ticker symbol TERN or TURN. Right off the bat, Nicole has said she has questions and concerns there, just as I did when I saw the CRO and MCO tokenomics of Crypto.com recently swapped. We'll have to cover that again because there have been some changes. But yeah, holding in a native token, kind of interesting to say the least. Says that a person can deposit and hold value in whichever supported crypto they choose, but then it also says that the deposited crypto is converted into the token TURN. When I click the Readborn link, it just takes me back to the top of the page, so a bit of that info is broken. The next step says your account value stays in crypto and is your purchasing power. TURN is sold and converted to fiat to pay for purchases. Okay, so is my purchasing power tied to the value of the asset I deposited, i.e. Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., or is it immediately converted to TURN and then tied to the value of that token? It's not clear just based on the website. Well, Nicole, let's go through the checklist then, and maybe we can get some answers to those initial questions of trying to find out the fundamentals of this project as we go through that checklist. But first, do they make bombastic claims?
So on the BlockCard website, I see no promises of fantastical future returns. But as we've seen on this show before, bombastic claims aren't limited to promises of future profits. From my perspective, I'm not sure if this qualifies as a bombastic claim or not, but to say that somebody can hold the value or purchasing power in whichever of the 12 supported cryptocurrencies they choose to deposit, but then having it convert into TURN and having the purchasing power potentially tied to that token instead of the asset that the person wants to hold seems a little bit dishonest and might be bombastic.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Seth, is there a tiered referral system?
Yes, there is. So there's not just a single level affiliate system as we saw on Crypto.com. Crypto.com also, I think, I forgot if they have a multi-tier, but again, comparing these two debit card options within the GDPayments BlockCard system, it absolutely is tiered. It's multi-level. In fact, I've got an infographic here off to the side that shows the very bottom, and if it will zoom out to the very top, GDPayments and BlockCard revenue structure. And they make no bones about this being the way in which revenue is generated for users, that it's not based solely on the tokenomics of whatever they've minted as their own native token, but that it is usage and referrals that drives the referral or the reward system. This makes sense to me. Now, in some cases, people will say like, well, doesn't that mean it's a Ponzi? It's only a Ponzi if you are borrowing money from the reward system to pay out areas of the business that are not generating revenue, but you claim are. That's the definition of a Ponzi. But here within the reward system, they make it very clear that it's an affiliate reward system, that it's not some dividend that's then paid out to everybody because you've gone out and referred people. But it says earn passively every day. I don't know how passive recruiting people to use a debit card is, but maybe time will tell here. But it then shows referral rewards with a revenue share, and then residual rewards with a revenue share with some caveats. But there are 8 tiers of revenue referral rewards and residual referral rewards, with the first tier being 25%. So anyone that is brought into usage of this debit card by a user then grants that user 25% of the reward. But the second tier gives 10, then 5, and then a single percent point for tiers 4 through 8. Pretty hefty stuff. Pretty high incentive for people to go out and recruit users of this card. And maybe even more so than any other kinds of benefits that there could be for sending your crypto to these guys as custodians before you then debit that crypto. I'm not sure if the incentives line up for people who just want to get a debit card and then find out some way to passively earn some compound interest on leaving an amount of crypto in a custodial wallet. That seems to be a very popular option right now, but this one seems to be a lot more reliant on referring people. So yes, there is a tiered referral system, and the breakdown is all down here. Those caveats, again, says requirements, 70% payout in USDT. So they do hold in a stable coin. It says 30% repurchase on all bonuses, option to repurchase up to 100%. I'm not totally certain that I understand what that means. So that requires a bit of an explanation there. It says referral bonus will occur for all repurchase and upgrades. So apparently the referral bonus is generously applied to several actions within the ecosystem. Again, I need a little bit more clarification. I don't understand that fully. It says turn distribution schedule 5% each month for 20 months includes repurchase or upgrades. Again, not totally clear from this tiny little infographic what that refers to. Then on revenue share or residual awards, it says must maintain an active account and must maintain 3 qualified referrals with an active status, which I suppose also means funded. Now, the minimum funding requirement is $10 in that account. So that represents the user having at least $10 in their debit account and 3 of their referrals having at least $10 active in their accounts as well. So those are all the caveats that I can see right there, but it is a multi-tiered referral system. And some would say, hey, well, MLM alert, that's bad. Here on this show, we're not going to tell you it's good or bad. We're indifferent about it. You just have to know what your tolerance is for MLM.
And Seth, you've worked with a number of legitimate MLM companies. And, we've brought up on this show before that in the United States, for some time, the quickest way to become a millionaire has been to get involved with a legitimate multi-level marketing organization.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Up to and including, there's so many varieties of MLMs as well. Some that just use collective buying power, purchasing power for real estate, for example. Some that are for legal services, some that are for, of course, the pills and powders and potions, and some that are for workout videos, some that are for clothing. Mm-hmm. And all of them carry with them a significant level of risk, as any new business does. Being an entrepreneur is risky in general. Here on the show, we're not offering any financial, legal, or business advice. You have to evaluate the level of risk for yourself in all those categories. Do your own research. But let me ask you, where can it be traded or used?
So this can get kind of dicey because Turn is a cryptocurrency while BlockCard is a payment method. So we have to separate the two. For the purposes of part A, we're going to talk about the coin or the token. I'm actually not sure what the correct term for it is. So where can it be traded? Probit Exchange, Bitmart, Whitebit, Uniswap V2, and Vindex. And where can it be used? Well, when we talk about the token, about where the token can be used, we kind of have to think of it differently, since the entire purpose of the product is to make crypto easy to use in commerce and converts payments to fiat for merchants. Technically, the coin or the token, semantics, can be used anywhere that accepts Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, or Google Pay. So, Seth, is it legal in the US and other regulated countries? And why or why not?
Yes, BlockCard is legal in the US. And actually, I've come to find out that through some other third-party partners, BlockCard is legal in EU states, though not through GDPayments, as I am seeing it right now. It might be legal in the EU as well, under the GDPayments brand. But definitely legal in the United States. Company's address is 27 Division Street, New York, New York. For those who don't know, that's Chinatown. And the area is primarily used for retail space. Interestingly, the company's phone number has a +8 in its country code, which is East Asia. Continuing from GDPayments' website, the BlockCard Visa card is issued by the Metropolitan Commercial Bank. They're an FDIC member. And full KYC is required for all participants, due in part to the Patriot Act. All of this further indicates that the card and coin or token is legal in the United States. But do actual experts promote it?
This is such a funny point, because as we've repeatedly seen with DeFi, with cryptocurrency, it's tricky because who even is an expert? That said, let's take a look at some of those who do promote it. So first is someone who I didn't recognize, but you did, Crypto Crow, Jason Appleton. Can you go into a little bit of, who he is or his background?
Yeah, so Jason Appleton, or alias Crypto Crow, is he's actually the guy who's on the Marcom. If you look at the little post or the breakdown of GDPayments, that dude leaning against the window with the really cool tattoo sleeve, that's Jason Appleton. Really tall guy. I think he's almost 7 feet tall. I've met him once in person. Really great guy in the space. Really outgoing. He's been rather quiet over the last year or almost two, over the extended sideways market of cryptocurrencies. He's been really focused on aligning himself with projects that provide value. And this is the first post that I've seen from him in a long time. And so I think he's really focused on maintaining integrity within the influencer space. He tends to operate in that space now because he was early to the cryptocurrency affiliate marketing and influencer party. So he has set up events that are strongly targeted at influencers and at content creators in cryptocurrency. In my book, he's built up a lot of goodwill among influencers and among cryptocurrency content producers. So that's Jason Appleton in kind of a nutshell. Now, is the guy perfect? Is he a blockchain developer? Is he an economist? Does he have credentials? Couldn't tell you, but he does seem to be trying to keep his nose clean.
Okay, well, that's all you can ask for. So someone else from the website's testimonial is Bella Stern, a CEO of Indigo Design, who is quoted saying, "I think this is a complete game changer for cryptocurrency. Finally, there's an easy and elegant way for me to use my existing cryptocurrency to pay for the products and services that I already spend money on every day. It just works." End quote. Unfortunately, I can't find any information about Bella Stern or Indigo Designs, so the company that she's allegedly the CEO of. It's possible that I'm not looking hard enough, but how hard should someone have to look? I did do a little bit more digging after I wrote this, and from what I could find, Indigo Designs' website is no longer functional. So then last is so according to CoinMarketCap's About Teamio section, in 2009, Teamio was announced as an Amazon Advanced Tech Partner. Now, obviously, Amazon has tons of, cred, right, in the tech world. So if that's truly the case, then perhaps that could be viewed as an actual expert promoting this product. Seth, who are they marketing to? Noobs or savvy buyers?
That's a brilliant question. In the write-up, Nicole mentions that she was unsure, and so the fact that it came via me before it got to Nicole's desk, she said that maybe it's marketed towards savvy buyers. I don't know if it's the case yet. I think right now it's being marketed very heavily towards influencers in the space, and I think that they're hoping that their path forward is via influencer marketing, and then a secondary wave or a secondary push will take place through so-called affiliate or direct sales marketing, MLM, and that at that point it'll be self-sustaining, and that you'll hear about it from your neighbor in the future saying, well, hey, it's a part of Bitcoin. They'll totally butcher the message at that point. But I think that right now they really mean for it to be targeted at everyone, because it can be utilized through Apple Pay and through Google Pay on a person's phone because it's a debit card. And so the technology that everybody is using right now for payments at retail, it's a direct fit replacement, right? Instead of using your Chase card, use your BlockCard and pay with the native value of cryptocurrencies that you already prefer or that you like the prospects of right now, especially, right? People who are bullish on Ethereum or long on Ethereum, they may want to have Ethereum in some kind of a debit card that they can then utilize because they know there are fast transactions, and they want to support the Ethereum network by showing velocity within the Ether token, right, or the payments as a payment system. So I think it's really is marketed to everybody, a lot like how Crypto.com is. Technically, it's marketed to everyone. There's a message for the noob. There's a message for the savvy buyer. But let's talk about the team. Who's on the team?
Okay, so that's unclear. There's no team page, at least not that I can find. And the Global Digital Payments website Contact Us page makes no reference to real humans, only a New York mailing address, East Asia phone number, website, and generic info@gdpayments.com email address. Have you found anything different?
No. Now that you mention it, I'm going to go ahead and take a look. I'm going to take a look as far down on the page as I can. Yeah, again, Bella Stern. This looks like a stock photo. It really does. Maybe it's not. But scrolling down.
So, I mean, that kind of makes the next point, I guess. Let's ask, have the founders made any claims that have since proven to be false?
Ooh, that's a tough one. They, being that they are, frankly, anonymous, no, not yet. Their track record is spotless.
Amazing.
but their track record is non-existent. So, yeah, no. But do they have a functioning blockchain or token?
Yes, they do. Lexicon is Turnio's blockchain framework, and Turn is their coin or token. Can we check the GitHub repository for relevant information?
Ooh, I don't know, but we can try to do it live. Let's do it live.
All right.
Lexicon blockchain, Turnio, or we can look this up very, very easily. Okay. Turnio.io/lexicon. One blockchain to meet all needs. Oh no. One blockchain to rule them all.
No.
Sounds centralized. Sounds like a cult. I'm just kidding. It's not. So, all right. So Turn cryptocurrency. Opening up, they call it the perfect value exchange. Based on the Stellar blockchain. Interesting. So Stellar Lumens. Is it based on Stellar Lumens? Let's take a look.
I don't know. I was under the impression that Lexicon was its unique blockchain. And then also looking towards the bottom of the page right now on CoinMarketCap, just kind of seeing if I can find, any information about where we could find the smart contract or the GitHub. It's saying that it's based in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia. It's saying various different things that are conflicting with information that we've reported.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to pull up CoinGecko.com right now. I tend to prefer CoinGecko because they did offer at one point unlimited free API calls to their market data. So I'm a big fan. Big fan indeed. So looking up Turnio, and they're currently, at least as per CoinGecko, they're number 542 in the stacked rankings. trading at 0.0079 cents. See what the Satoshi value is in a minute. Market cap is over 3 million. 24-hour trading volume is over 44,000, 44,500. Market sentiment is 60% positive. And GitHub. All right. That CoinGecko is very good about listing not only the project home site, but also if there is a Bitcoin Talk announcement thread and a GitHub, direct GitHub link or a link to the smart contract, it's always available right there under the source code or website or web explorers and community links for a given project.
CoinGecko isn't one of our sponsors, but we are looking for some. Yeah.
Hey guys, if you're watching, I know you guys gave Red Panda some love in months past. We would love to have some of this content embedded on your website as well. Costs you nothing to give us some extra views. Wink, wink. All right, so I'm on the announcement page right here. It says warning. There's a giant red warning. And it says one or more Bitcoin Talk users have reported that they strongly believe that the creator of this topic is a scammer. Oh, yikes. This is from April 12th, though.
The creator of the topic or the creator of the project?
Topic. And that's totally possible. It is common. I'm going to go ahead and link that over to Nicole in our chat. But it says Turnio has ability to do 1.2 million transactions per second. Turnio is the future of digital advertising. There are three main problems in the digital advertising industry that Turnio is planning to solve: ad fraud, delay in payments to publishers, transparency in the supply chain. This all seems very different from the current use case, but this is from April of 2018. So maybe the roadmap has pivoted just a little bit. But Turnio in GitHub, also it shows the location for the GitHub repository maintainer as Atlanta, Georgia. So Docker Bench Security Assets, vCore lib. Boop, 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 boop. I think it is not. We got a fork of Trust Wallet. Hey, and they've got a fork of Zcoin. Interesting. Yeah, it's funny. Okay. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. They've forked some projects that I very much respect. And it seems like within the open source space, if you're going to start with a code base that you know works, that's smart development. That's smart business when dealing in open source software, is to work with a code base that you know is already battle tested or already has some really good functionality built into it. Most recently, let's see, their assets repository has the highest activity, updated in June.
Okay.
And it looks like they are forked from Trust Wallet. That's how that must be how they're powering the BlockCard backend. But they're forked from Trust Wallet, which has provision for various ERC20 tokens: Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Tomo Chain, Go Chain, Wan Chain, Callisto Network Thunder Token, and so many others. TRC10 and TRC20 tokens from the Tron blockchain. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting that they would choose to go this route. And I'm not sure what they've done to add value there, or whether or not there is a mobile app that reflects this just yet. So my apologies that I can't parse through this fast enough to make it very useful. But I'm not seeing a blockchain so far in their GitHub repository. It's not apparent to me that they definitely have a blockchain. It's entirely possible that the Turnio token itself, that it is an ERC20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up etherscan.io.
Yeah, smart contract.
Yeah, it will jump to that next step. See if there is a smart contract on etherscan.io. And you can, well, it looks like, okay, Turnio. Yep. TERN, ticker symbol TERN with the correct artwork. And I think we found it right here. It is an ERC20 token right now. So I think that their GitHub has definitely, maybe it's been, let's see, their GitHub is about the ecosystem. I think that their Bitcoin Talk announcement is probably pivoted just a little bit. And it's entirely possible that CoinGecko has just not been able to keep up. It looks like, yeah, this announcement thread, it went cold in July of 2019. So there we go. And it says, so now the original announcement has been marked as scam too. This project is just a scam and the founders are pure tricksters. They lured the investors through false promises and now blocking everyone who's asking questions on Telegram. Here are more details about them. Yikes.
Ooh.
Let's jump down this rabbit hole, shall we?
All right.
Says, scam alert. In March of 2019, Turnio built on Stellar project is claiming themselves to be capable of 1 million transactions per second, but never shown that to anyone. They've posted on an audit report the same on their website. But anyone can see it for themselves and see how fake it is. It's been audited by a company called Null Bash with address 304 South Jones Boulevard, Suite 2104 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, this so-called Null Bash company seems to have no internet presence. Uh-oh. Okay, so false promises made during ICO to lure the investors. They claim two big household companies, hinting on the line of Amazon, Google, Facebook, have agreed to work with Turnio and use their advertising blockchain platform for advertising their products. But even after 10 plus months of ICO ended, not a single discussion on that. And yes, if you ask it more than twice, you'll get a ban. Okay, wow, they've got a lot that they felt really fiery about, but this was from March 15th of 2019. Guys, take this with a grain of salt. This is very old news. In the crypto space, this is very old news. Anything that's a year old, it's like within any other, it's like within academia, right? Anything that's older than research that's older than 3 years has to be dusted off and revisited, right? So within the crypto space, anything that's over 3 months old needs to be reevaluated, maybe. So
fast here.
Yeah. So just going through here, there are a lot of really strong claims. I'm going to jump to the end of this thread. They're all of 2 pages and see.
We can put a link to this thread for anybody who's interested in the written portion of this. That's right below the video.
Absolutely. Just want to jump to the very end. Looks like the latest update here. Oh dear. And in July 27th, 2020. So this is a little bit more relevant. It looks like somebody's saying everyone seems to be ignoring the fact that they are taking 30 to 50% of deposits right off the top and ignoring or feeding BS, banning and censoring people who complain. I just deposited $300. Transaction record at BlockCard shows a $296 deposit. I had $54 in the account before making the deposit. After the deposit, I have $250. This is pretty normal. Someone please give me a reasonable explanation for this that does not include these guys being total scammers. This is also an open forum. So disclaimer, this person can say whatever they want. And while that may be that may actually be their experience, there could be any number of factors that they are just not considering. And it's nobody's job to educate this guy on what those factors are. So you have to do a little bit of your own research. There's arbitrage. Could be that the store of value that's being used to peg deposits could be any number of other types of assets. And there could be other fees. We've seen, for example, recently with projects like Haven, that depending on the speed at which people try to peg their offshore tokens, their offshore coins, that there's a dev fee of up to 5%, which was not expected. The same can be true of all kinds of other smart contracts where there's the anticipation of reward, but it turns out that over 80% of the coins are in the possession of a single wallet. You can never be totally certain. So you've got to look over this stuff carefully and evaluate with your own risk tolerance. So we didn't find the terms of the smart contract, but we do have the Etherscan address. That will be in the description below as well, or in the full write-up.
Awesome. So before we go to our final point, can we show a shirt a little bit?
Yeah, totally. What are you wearing today?
All right, awesome. So I'm wearing my favorite Satoshi Hodl shirt based on the Shepherd Ferry Obama Hope poster design. And you can pick one up along with several other designs that Seth or I have created at mineyour.biz.
Awesome. So last question that I have, or point number 12. Nicole, what do people have to do at the end of all this stuff? We've presented at least a few data points. This might be enough for some people to make up their own mind, but in the end, what do people have to do?
Yeah, so the last point is always to listen to your gut or instinct. So is BlockCard a scam? I don't know. Neither of us are financial advisors, and nothing that we say on this show should be interpreted as financial advice. Do your own research, because at the end of the day, the only person who can prevent you from being scammed is you.
All right. See you guys next episode.
Okay. Oh yeah. Next episode, we have some really, we have a triple episode on Monday because are we still recording?
Oh my gosh. Yes, we are. And it's action packed.
Okay, yeah. So Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have Peter McCormick, host of the What Bitcoin Did podcast. Then at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have Vice Presidential Libertarian Party candidate Adam Kokesh, immediately followed by co-founder of Ethereum, founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson.
Guys, it's an action-packed Monday. Mind Your Biz Monday is this is unlike any other day you've ever seen on the show. So if you can't make it live, absolutely block out some time to watch all these interviews. They're going to be amazing. We're going to hear so much about so many different sides of financial policy and cryptocurrencies and DeFi and new platforms, old technology in Bitcoin and new technology in Cardano, upcoming stuff that maybe has yet to be announced and released. There's going to be something for everybody in this nerdy little freedom space that we all occupy. I'm
looking forward to it, and I know that we're going to be exhausted at the end of that day.
Guaranteed.
Yep. All right, awesome. Well, see you on Monday. Thanks so much for tuning in.